Professionally, I trained as a mechanical engineer. So just as does this mean I need to be looking in the camera sometime?
Yes.
Or I just,
Yes,
that's what I mean. Okay. Professionally, I trained as a mechanical engineer, and currently I'm an entrepreneur in partnership with Neolife International. Like just as mentioned, I train organizations, I empower them to be better in terms of their communication, leadership, and many other skills as far as life is concerned. So I would say I empower people to become a better version of themselves. On a personal note, I'm married. My wife is called Diana. Together, we are blessed with 2 girls, Ruby, who is 5, and Mariah, who is 3. And we live in Chanja. We're excited about life and about this business in particular because it has done for me so many things. Out of this business, many dreams, many things that I had as a dream have come to pass. And I'll be sharing with you some of the things that I've been able to achieve. But most importantly, what you can also achieve out of this business, because our business is all about helping you to become a better person. You know, there is that book that we call the Corporate Flip Chart. It has that statement, discover a better way of life. We help you to discover a better way of life. Financially, physically, like, you know, Martin, who was bedridden in hospital, he's now here. It's a testament that you know, this business can make you a better person. So that's what this business can do for you. And that's why we are here today. So I started this business when I was a student. I was in my first year when someone invited me and said, come and have a look at the way you can make some additional income, like the way all of us were invited. And for me, I like to say that whenever you are invited, it depends on where you are. You know, like the way he saw the business when he was sick. That's the perspective he saw the business. Other people will see the business from another angle. For me, at that time, I was a first year student. I was government sponsored. Money was not a very burning issue at the time. You know, I didn't have many dependents. I didn't have many needs. I was at a place where I only needed about 50,000 shillings. If I got 50,000, I would be okay. So a friend invites me, come and have a look at the way you can work this business part-time, and I was interested. So I came and I sat in the meeting, they presented the business, and I said at the end of the meeting, if others can do this, I think I can also do it. You know, that's where everything begins. When you're seated in this room, I don't know what thoughts you have, but one thing I want you to know is that if others have done this business, you can also do it. This business is doable. It all depends on you, but it begins with you believing that it is actually possible. So I started it as a student, started talking to people, and you know, our business, the basics are only 3. What is number 1? Use the products. Just take the products and use them. And you see, from a communication point of view, I'll tell you something. When you're talking to people, it doesn't even matter the knowledge you have. When you are excited, help me with that catalog. This one here. When you talk to people about the products, and you really are excited about them because you are using them, even if you just open the catalog and say, you see, there are some products that I'm using. And let me tell you, these products can change your life. Now, people are just looking at you. It doesn't even matter what you're saying. So even if you don't know what these products do or how they work, as long as you use them, people buy belief, and people can see belief when they see you. So that's why it's important for us to use the products. Then as I began to use the products, it became easy for me to share. And sharing simply means you talk to people. Now, the first place to begin is to actually begin with a list of names. How many of us here have their list of names? Normally, when you ask that question, you just put it up. You put up the name list. So let me see who has the name list. Don't have it here. Yes, but we have it somewhere. Okay. So continue to build that list of names. And for me, the best place to start are the people who already know you. The people who already know you, people who you don't have to first introduce yourself and say, my name is Nyango Mashiba. I know. Just, you know, look for people who you will call. Recently, I got someone new started in the business. And what we did this activity. I said, write down your best friends, people who know you so well. So she wrote down the names, and then we began to call. And as she began to make the phone call, the moment people would see her number, immediately they'll say, hi, how are you? It's been a while. Whenever she would say, can we meet? They would say, of course I want to see you. They didn't even know what they are meeting about. All they wanted to do was to see their friend. You see what? Patrick is closing the business, so let us, Okay, good. So as she began to make these phone calls, people just wanted to see her. And I realized it is so easy and it is so natural. So when I went with her to see one of them, at the end of the meeting, they actually said, you know what? At the end of the day, people buy not because of me, Jesse, but because of you, the person that we know. So it doesn't matter how much you know about the products, as long as you follow the basics. And that's what I began to do. By just using the basics, by the time I was in second year, I was earning about 400,000. The money he is earning this month, that's the money I was earning as a second year student. By the time I got to third year, I had saved enough money to buy myself a car. And then I remember that is the year that I traveled. My first trip was the one that just has talked about, the trip to London. And I got on a plane. That was my very first time. Ever since then, I've had a chance to travel the world. I've been to London, I've been to Cape Town, Johannesburg, Bloemfontein. If you want to travel, Mauritius, so many places. If I don't know what it is that you want to achieve, but whatever it is you want to achieve, if travel is one of them, you will achieve it. Okay? Now, I want to begin by asking a simple question. All of us are going to write in your book. What are the top 3 things you want to achieve out of your life? Top 3. Top 3. In the next 12 months. Top 3 things you want to achieve in the next 12 months. So if this is September, by 31st August 2023, what do you want to have achieved? Just write for me 3 things. Patrick, where are you writing? Just 3 things you want to achieve by 31st August 2023. Yes, write them down. Just 3 things. Just 3 things you want to achieve. Okay. Blessing. Are you writing somewhere? You can write on your phone. Abib, just write on your phone. Just open your phone and write somewhere. You see, the thing about writing down, there is a statement that says, ask and it will be what? Ask and it will be what? Just, by the way, even just writing. Asking is not when you kneel down and say, I would like to have this. No. Asking is even when you just think about it, you have asked. Even when you write, you have asked. Whatever you want, and you put it out there, in a way you have asked. Okay, Peter, what have you written? Just number 1. Just give me number 1. You want to be a strong leader. Okay? Thank you very much. Shiba, just number 1. Financially free. Like how much money would you want to earn every month to be financially free before August 31st, 2023?
Yes, 1.5.
1.5. Thank you very much. Martin, what have you written? Just 1. Yes. Better improved health. Okay, thank you very much. Patrick. Over 1.5 million. Brian.
Construct a strong team.
To construct a strong team. Okay, Beatrice.
Mine is financial freedom.
How much per month would
Per
make
month?
it? Yes.
In this business
Yes,
of me?
in this business.
This business?
Yes.
10 million.
10 million. Willie. Land in Kampala. Wow, awesome. It's very possible. Very possible. Huh? Yes, Evelyn.
And yeah, they at least having started to
30 to 40 people in your team. Habib,
Owning a farm.
owning a farm. Of what? Of cows, goats, sheep? Of cows. Yeah, like how many cows on the farm? 10. Okay. Blessing, anything you want to achieve by August next year?
Mine the same as for Shida.
Okay, it's okay. Say it in your own words. Just say it in your own words. That was Shiba's voice. Now I want to hear Blessing saying it.
And we are billionaire.
Okay. She did say that. She did. That's not what she said. That's not what she said. See? Huh? Okay. So the reason I want to begin with that is because at the end of the day, our business always begins with a dream. And the dream is what gives you the reason why. That is the dream. That is the thing about this business. The one thing that is going to determine how fast you do the business, for those who have just joined us, you are very welcome. Thank you for coming. Everything begins here. Everything begins here. This business is not complicated, but it depends on the reason why you are doing it. That's why someone puts in so much effort and another one just, puts in little things. Why? Because at the end of the day, we are all motivated by the reason why. What is it that you want? How big is your why? How big is your why? Let me share with you one of the things that really got me going at the beginning of the business. For me, I don't know what it is you want the most. You have written it down. For me, at the place where I was not in a bad need of money. I was not sick. I was not, I didn't have a family to say I need to pay school fees, but I wanted to travel. So for me, that was a very important thing for me. At the end of the day in this business, it doesn't matter what it is that you want. What matters most is that you want something. So it does not matter what you want, as long as you want something. Just make sure that you want something. Because if you are there and you don't have anything moving you, you will not put in the effort. And you see, for us, your dream in this business is like fuel. Have you ever been in a car and it stopped because it didn't have fuel? Has it ever happened to you? Either in a taxi or your personal car, and it just stopped, it didn't have what? Fuel. In our business, our dreams are our fuel. The moment you run out of fuel, even if you use the products, even if you come for training, even if you know everything about the products, even if you know everything about the business, you will not do it. Why? Because you don't have what? Fuel. Our dreams are the fuel. This is what gave me the fuel. I talked to people. People said no. I said it's okay. Some people thought I was crazy. I said it's okay. I moved into offices. I presented the business. I did everything. I got on the bus. I traveled. Sometimes I would travel at night so that I am back by morning and attend my lectures in the morning. I did everything it took. And within that space of 1 year, that dream was achieved. I got a visa, traveled to London for 2 weeks for the Golden Jubilee. As long as you put in the fuel, as long as you put in the effort, that dream will be achieved. So the reason why I started with a dream is I want to know what is pushing you. Because if you don't have a strong push factor, that's when you will say, this business is hard. People are saying, no, those things don't matter. Those things don't matter. As long as you have a clear reason why you're doing it. In fact, someone else put it like this, that the word why also means what hurts you. So what hurts you? What is it? What is paining you? What is it that you want to achieve out of this? Why do you want that 10 million? Why do you want that 1.5? Why do you want that dream? So the stronger the why, the easier the what. And even the how. When the why is clear, you'll find the why. When the why is clear, you'll find the how. Even if you don't understand much about the products, you will still do it. Why? Because it is very clear to you. So I want to begin it from here because I think for me, this is one of the things why it has worked for me. Every time I was in the business and it was moving, it was because my dream was clear. Every time I've been in the business and it was a bit stagnant, I'm not moving, it is also probably because the why was not clear. So I want to encourage you, clarify your why. Make it clear. Be sure that you know what it is that you want. Be sure that you know what it is that you want. Now, after having a clear dream, the second thing I want us to understand is to understand the nature of business that we are doing. Our business is called network marketing. Everybody say network marketing. Network marketing. Network marketing. Now, network marketing has two words. There is network and there is marketing. Okay? And you cannot take one and not the other. We are not only doing marketing. We are doing marketing through networking. So, network marketing, first of all, it is a form of business. And I think there is someone who wrote about network marketing and he said something interesting. He said 100% of the people who are not involved in network marketing don't understand it. And then he said that 90% of the people in network marketing also don't do what? So in order for you to do this very well, you need to understand what network marketing is all about. What is network marketing? We need to understand what it is. Network marketing, first of all, it is a business. And when we say that it is a business, what do we mean? In any business, product has to move from the manufacturer to the final consumer. That is a business. That is now network marketing. As long as it is a business, any product, be it a bag, be it a fan, be it a mobile phone, as long as it is a business, it means that someone has to use the what? The product. So the purpose of this is to help us to realize that it is a business. So in other words, for us, we deal in products. We have to understand what network marketing is and what it is not. Now, for us, we deal in products. So the moment you get that product to move to a final consumer, now that is business. Now, by the way, the final consumer can be you. Me, there are people I meet sometimes and they say, but me, what if I don't want to sell? I just want to buy and use. Hey, very good. Now you are the final what? Consumer. It doesn't matter. You don't have to go looking for customers. For you, if you choose to say, I'm going to buy them for myself, for my family, for my mother, my father, my husband, our children, our home, the car, all of us, now you are the final consumer. It does not matter who the consumer is, as long as there is a final consumer. So we need to understand that we have a business, we have products, and products have to move. Because if product is not moving, then we don't have a business. And by the way, let me tell you something. Network marketing is a very good form of business. And because it is good, you see, anything that is good is adulterated. Do you know what adulterated means? Yeah. Have you seen people who duplicate, what do people duplicate on the market?
Oil.
Oil.
Like you see the tag, someone go and may process his and get a container refill, and you come and buy oil.
Okay. Some people get oil and they put in paraffin.
Yes.
And then they sell it like as if it is petrol.
Yeah.
In the same way, network marketing is a good system, but some bad players have come into the market and used this to con people. That is why sometimes you say network marketing and people say, Why? It is not because there is anything wrong with this. It is simply because some bad players have used it to their advantage. But the system itself is very good. Very good system. And I'll show you why. The first thing is that it is a business. And the reason why it is very advantageous is that it allows you to start your own business. You can start your own business. How many people in this room own a business other than Neolife? Anyone who owns a business other than Neolife, which business do you own?
Import rice from Tanzania.
You import rice from Tanzania.
I sell rice.
You sell rice that you bring from Tanzania. Okay. Let me ask, how much money did you use to start that business?
I started with the 17 million.
Okay, even if you stop there. And then you kept on adding. Not so.
Yes.
Do you need 17 million to start your Neolife business?
No.
No. Shiba, what business do you do? Cleaning. How much money did you start with for your cleaning business? 2M. You may not need 2 million to start this business. The beauty about network marketing, let me ask Patrick, how much money did you use to start your business?
was just 10 million.
Your Neolife business.
Maybe the money I put in for registration, 251.
Okay, that's the answer I wanted. What I'm saying is that you can start your own business with only 251,000 shillings. Now, you can top up to get product, but this is enough for you to get started. So with network marketing, you can start your own business at 251,000. That is all it takes. That is the beauty about this kind of business, that it is a low-cost business. Now, the other thing about this business is that you eliminate, there is no middleman. What does that mean? When I say there is no middleman, I simply mean that when you get a bottle of Super 10, you're not going to find it on the billboard, you're not going to find it on the TV, you're not going to see it on radio, you're not going to find it in the newspaper. Why? Because they don't want someone else to come in the middle and take the money that would have paid to you. So in network marketing, rather than paying the process, they pay you for causing the product to move. Do you understand? So that way you save money. Instead of paying the newspaper and paying the TV and paying the radio, they pay you for having used the product and causing it to move to the final what? Consumer. So already it saves money. It saves a lot of money. So that's why we need to understand what network marketing is. It saves you a lot of money. And because it saves money, you end up getting quality products. Now, the money that is saved is used to develop the product. That's why we have quality products. In fact, I know people who say that for me, I like products that are made by network marketing companies. Why? Because they know that they are of high quality. The Super 10 that you see here is not the usual products that you'll find on the market. Sheba, you do cleaning. You know the soaps that are on the market. Can you compare them with Super 10? You cannot. I'm telling you, I have people, let me tell you, these products are good. I have people who buy, like recently someone bought 300 liters of carpet cloth. Now, of course, there are other shampoos on the market and they are cheap, but why would they buy carpet cloth of that price? Yesterday, yes, it is quality. You see now people don't want cheap things. People now know that cheap things are expensive. Do you understand? So people don't want cheap things. People want something that will do the what? The job. There is a place where I supply Super 10. They paid 700,000 to have 25 liters of Super 10. Sheba, how much is a 25-liter jerry can of soap, ordinary soap on the market? Ordinary soap? 20. Why would you spend 700,000 to buy soap, which you can buy at 20,000? It's because people are convinced by the what? The quality. People, by the way, let me tell you, by the way, cheap things scare away people. You see these tickets that we sell at Hotel Africana? Someone sent a message and said entry fee is 4,000. The person replied and said, wait, did you say 40,000 or 4,000? He said, I had forgotten, it's 40,000. If it was 4,000, the person was not going to come. Because he said, now 4,000, what value is there? Cheap things can scare away some people. So people are now convinced that there is quality in the what? In the products. And that's why people use the products. Remember, we have the business and all you're supposed to do is to take it to the final consumer. Okay? Now, the other thing about network marketing is this. I want you to write down this statement because for me, it captures what network marketing is all about. And then you're going to tell me how you understand it. I would rather have 1%, right? I would rather have 1% of the efforts of 100 people than have 100% I would rather have 1% of the efforts of 100 people than have 100% of my own efforts. Let me say it again. I would rather have 1% of the efforts of 100 people than have 100% of my own efforts. What do you understand by that statement? That statement was said by a man called J.P. Getty. Okay? What do you understand by that statement? Everyone has to give me their own interpretation. Let me begin with Beatrice, then I come to you, Shiba.
I understand it like if you choose to have a 1% of 100 men, that's a teamwork.
Okay, so if you chose to have a 1% of 100 men,
It's a
that
teamwork.
is
Teamwork.
teamwork. Okay, you say that is teamwork. So I put here equals teamwork. Okay, thank you, Beatrice.
And like the 100%
100%
of
mine.
of myself,
Yes.
it is a single person, single-handed.
Okay, it's single effort. Okay, thank you so much. Shiba, what do you understand by that statement? I would rather have 1% of the efforts of 100 people than have 100% of my own efforts. Yes. Teamwork is the best way of doing this business. Again, teamwork. Peter.
For me, I think 1% of 100 people, every person contributes small.
Yes.
So don't use a lot of energy.
Don't lose a lot of energy.
One person, because there's no one working, there are not things on you.
Yes.
You overloaded.
Yes.
So with 1%, you don't overloaded.
Yes. Unlike here. Okay. On this side of the room, or even the back side, let me begin with here. What do you understand by this step? What do you understand by it?
So
Your name is?
Sheila.
Sheila.
So with 100 people
Yes.
working together as a team,
Yes.
there is division of labor among the people working together.
Okay.
Rather than just specialization of one person in everything.
Okay. Wow. You must have done economics. Did you do economics or commerce? Which one did you do? You dropped it in A-level. I had division of labor, specialization. You know, those are terms that were used in the commerce class. Thank you very much, Sheila. Yes. Willie or Evelyn, what do you understand by this statement? I would rather have 1% of the efforts of 100 people than have 100% of my own efforts. What do you understand by that statement?
1% of teamwork.
Yes.
Contribute more something than a single person.
Okay.
People work alone.
Yes.
Like you're punishing all taking yourself down. You're doing your stuff.
Okay, thank you very much. I will take it at that. Okay, and all of us are right, because this for me summarizes what network marketing is all about. Network marketing is not all about me doing everything. So take, for example, a good way. How do you become? How many of us here are senior managers? Let me see by show of hands. How many of us here are senior managers? Senior managers, I see Esther, sorry, Evelyn, I see Beatrice. Now, if you're to become a senior manager, how many points did you make to become a senior manager? How many? Okay, some people are wondering, how did I even become a senior manager? How did I? Okay, Shiba, how did you become a senior manager? Okay, let's take it as the way she has put it. Okay, now let's just take as an example of what she has given us. Shiba did 500 points and became a senior manager. Is that okay? Now, how many points do we need to become a director? 4,000. Okay, good. 4,000. Now, question. Can you do 4,000 points alone?
No, you can't.
Okay. In a hard way.
Yeah.
Why a hard way?
Strength.
It's strength, eh? You have to put in so much energy, so much effort, right? So but can you do 500 points alone? It's possible. Okay. Now, by the way, one way to do it, for me personally, I know. You know, they say the more you do something, the more a ratio appears. The more you do something, the more a ratio appears. For me, I know that whenever someone buys from me, on average, one person, on average, will buy about 30 points. Average. Why do I say average? Sometimes someone might buy garlic. That's 12 points. Another time someone might buy Provitality. Those are 36 points. Another time someone might buy maybe products worth about 50 points. But if I take the average per buyer, it's about 30. Which means for me, I know Get 500 divided by 30. What do you get? It's about 15. It's actually about 18. About 18 people. And let me begin with that. It's about 18 people. So for you to, how do you get this? Because this is what we call personal production. You see, one of the things that we are going to talk about how you raise the 4,000 points. But let's first begin with you. Because you see, most of us have talked about teamwork. Okay? Most of us have talked about teamwork. You cannot get a team to do something that you personally, you are not. Let me give you an example. Assuming you sponsor one person, assuming you start the business and you don't do much, and then you bring in, okay, these are 3 people, okay? If all these people have done 0, how much volume have you produced? How much volume have you produced? Nothing. Do you understand? Now remember, we talked about network marketing. This is networking. You have networked and people have joined, but the marketing part of it is not there. Therefore, you don't have a what? A business. Remember, we are not just doing networking. We are doing network marketing. So the business component is that people must come in and use the what? The products. Now, how does this work? It all begins with you as a person. You have to first work on yourself. Let me tell you something. How many of us, if I might ask here, I want you to think about the products that you have at home, that you're using, you personally. Write them down. Just write for me, or not the ones you have ever used, the ones that you are currently using at home in the house. Just write for me those products. The ones that you currently have at home, Neolife products, not any other products. Neolife, Brian was going to write Omo, cooking oil, Chibu. I want Neolife products. Write for me the Neolife products that you currently have at the moment in your house. And I show you something. Have we finished? Or people want to write more? You want more paper? People want more paper? Okay. Thank you. Peter, how many have you written? 4. Thank you. Shiba, how many have you written? 5. Magic. 2. I didn't get the name. Your name is? Alice. Alice, how many have you written? 6. Evelyn, how many have you written? 7. Willie? 2. Beatrice? 11. Wow. Sheila, how many? 1. Which one is that? Had to be. That is the common suspect. Patrick, how many have you written? Which one? Provitality. Now, the reason I asked you. She has forgotten. She's using care. That's when she wrote. But now, yes, she's using it. Are you using care? Oh, you need to go back home and check. You keep on changing. Okay. The reason why I asked us to write down these things is because whatever we are talking about, there is a concept that we call the power of duplication. If you are going to build a team, in network marketing, it is all about what? Duplication. Now, how does duplication work? Duplication works like this. I can give you a copy and I say, go and make other what? Copies. Can you duplicate when there is no origin? No. So in the same way, in this business, you are the original. People only duplicate you. Do you understand? People only duplicate you. Now look at this. Listen to this. In teamwork, this is how it works. If you do something good, people duplicate some of it. Okay? If you do something bad, Guess what? People duplicate a lot of it. Have you understood? If you do something good, people duplicate a little bit of what you have done. But if you do something bad, people duplicate a lot of it. So what am I saying? If you are here and you are not using the products, people will duplicate what? A lot of that. So even if you have a team of people, that's why sometimes we wonder, but I sponsor people. Yeah, but are you duplicating yourself? It is not enough to bring in people into the business. We have to do what? Duplicate. But duplication begins with who? Myself. So you yourself as a person, are you using the products? One of the things I want to encourage you to do is keep on exploring. Are there products that you have not yet used? Try them. Keep on exploring with some other products. You know, maybe this month, each month you can set a goal to use a product which you did not previously have. How many of us have used a product called PCC? Anyone? Okay, good. So challenge yourself every month to find a product that you can begin to use each and every month. Right. Good. So we are talking about the fact that as we build our team, remember, as you use the products, that is where you get your personal production. Then the next thing after using the products is to build a customer base, right? A customer base. Now, again, I want to ask, how many of us have built a customer base of at least 5 people? You have 5 people that are buying from you regularly. Maybe they contact you, you contact them. From what you have already done, anyone with a customer base of about 5 people and above? Okay, thank you. How many customers do we have, Peter? About how many people? You may not get the number accurate, but like how many people have you sold to ever since you started the business? Pardon? More than 30. That's a good one. But about how many people? Okay. So that is what that's what I'm talking about. So how many people have you recommended the products to? About how many? 5. Like 5. Okay. Shiba, like how many? Like 4. Huh? Dishes, like how many? No, in total, ever since, yeah, all. Yes. They are more than 20. The reason I'm asking you this question is because for me, most of the people who buy from me are people that have already bought from me. So like now I can go to my phone and I find someone saying, hi, Jesse, please bring me 2 Calmag and a Near Life Shake. Hi, Jesse, please deliver this one. Hi, Jesse. These are people that I have already been in touch with. Do you understand? Eh? You see, if I recommend a product to you and you buy Super 10, and you never buy again, what do you think that means? What do you think that could mean? If you buy once, never again, what do you think that could mean? The person was not satisfied, What do you think that could mean? If you only buy once, never again, then I have to go and look for other people to buy. Do you understand? What do you think that would mean?
Maybe the person didn't know how to use it.
Thank you. That is one. Lack of knowledge. Let us exhaust this one, because if you have sold to some people, from those people, you can even get more buyers. What do you think that could mean? If you have ever sold to one person and they never bought again, what could that mean? Yes. Poor relationship. What do you think that could mean? Lack of follow-up.
Maybe the person bought it and never used it.
Maybe the person, by the way, do you know that also happens? Do you know that there is someone I know who bought Provitality? It stayed in the kit. Do you understand? Until it expired. People have money. Buy Provitality, it stayed in the kit until it did what? Expired. Now, there are also people who buy that product. They use it and it gets finished. And then one day they meet you putting on a pin. And they say, excuse me, Shiba. Excuse me, madam. Are you also part of that company called Nearlife? Yes. Do you still have a certain product called Super 10? Yes. How much is it now? Can you bring for me? Then you wonder, I've never even met this person. But the person is saying, do what? Give me. It is because someone gave them the product and they did not follow up. So the people that you have sold to are just good enough to continue buying and even give you other people to do what? To buy. So all it takes is for you first use the products and then begin to talk to your friends. Begin to talk to your friends. Just show them the way you got those few customers is the same way you get other customers. But the whole point is keep in touch with them. Just tell them what's happening. Sometimes they'll even ask, do you have anything new? Those are the things they ask. Do you have anything new? I don't know how you answer that question. But the way to answer that question is to tell them about something that you have never told them. So for them now, that is the new what? Product. For example, if someone has been buying, like, tell me one of the products that you move the most. Calmark. Then someone says, do you have anything new? You say, yes. We have some wonderful skincare products. They are not new, but to that person, they are what? They are new. So in other words, what I'm saying is keep in touch with your customers. Don't get lost from your customers. Let them hear from you. This is the new month. Happy new month. I'm just checking on you. Have a nice weekend. You know, if you're delivering a product and you have a client who also lives in the same place, just drop by and say, I was just passing by to say hello. They will say the next time you come, pass by and bring me this product because it is almost what? Finished. Just keep on servicing your customers. And the reason why we need to do that, I want you to remember this. Our business, it's not that the day you became a senior manager, Shiba, you will not always be paid because now you are a senior manager in title. No. Every month we go out and work. Are we together? So you have to build a system that will make it possible for you to have business every month. It is not a one-hit wonder. You are not paid the salary because you became a senior manager in title. No, every month we have to work. So imagine going out every month to look for new people to buy products. It is going to be tiresome. So build a customer base and continue to build a relationship with those people so that they can continue to buy. Then you can even ask them, do you know some people who might be interested in some of these products? One time I asked that question. And my God, the person went into her phone and said, contact this lady. Check on this lady. My sister, this one, likes these things. That lady in total has bought items worth over 5 million shillings. She was a referral. Do you see what I'm talking about? So for you to build a customer base, all you have to do, use the products, become confident. Because sometimes they will be asking you, so, Alice, do you use this product? And let me tell you something. They say eyes don't do what? Eyes don't do what? Eyes don't lie. And if they say if you tell one lie, you have to tell many lies to cover it up. And when you tell a lie, make sure you can remember the lie. You see, that's too much work. Just use the products. You don't have to lie anybody. So use the products, build your confidence. Then begin to talk to people and most importantly, keep in touch. That is how you're going to raise your personal volume of at least 500 points. And that's how you're going to become a senior manager. Okay? But remember, we want to become what? Directors. Not just remain at senior manager. We want to become what? Directors. So then how do we become directors? Now, again, it comes back to what? Verification. By the way, let me remind you, people don't do what you tell them. Let me give you a simple example. All eyes on me. These are just 3 steps. Step number 1, all eyes on me. Are all the eyes on me? Good. Step number 2, raise up your right hand. Good. Thank you very much. Step number 3, simply touch your chin. Good. Look at what all of you have done. You are all touching your chin, and yet I said touch your chin. I said touch your chin, and I touched my cheek. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? That is exactly what people do. You are there, you are telling them, you people, use the products. For you, you are there not using them. People don't do what you say. People do what you do, not what you say. Now, I know some of you are saying, okay, you tell us to do it again. Sure. Sure. You think I don't know? People don't do what you say. People do what you Do. That's why you have to begin with yourself. Begin with yourself. When you begin to travel by air, before the plane takes off, they first give safety guidelines. One of the safety guidelines is, in case you're traveling with a child or with an infant, in case of loss of cabin pressure, pull the oxygen mask and first put it on yourself. And if you're traveling with an infant, after putting it on yourself, then you can put it on the infant. You cannot help others before you have helped yourself. That's why sometimes we have teams which don't produce, because ourselves, we don't do what? So, number one, begin with you. Please don't try to do something on others before you have done it on yourself. That one, it will never work. First, go home, fix yourself, then go and fix others. Then, after you have done that, now come and we begin to duplicate. How do you duplicate? You're going to sponsor people. And by the way, it is good to sponsor many. How many people have sponsored ever since you started the business? At least 3 people. You have 3 people in your team. At least 3. Okay, let me ask. At least 3, put up your hands. At least 3. Yeah, sponsor, personal, bringing them into your business. Okay, all of us. 5 and above. Thank you. 6 and above. 10 and above. Good. 12 and above. How many have you sponsored bitches?
I think 18.
18. Wow. Let's clap for her. Now, again, people ask, how do I find people to sponsor? Where you were found? For you, where were you found? Are you telling me for you, where were you found?
Phone call.
Phone call? Thank you. Shiba, how did someone sponsor you? How did someone invite you? It was hard. How was it hard? How was it hard?
Was drugged.
She was drugged. I don't know if you have the courage to drug. But whatever you do, a good way to do it is to always do it the way you were invited. Another simple way, there are many ways of doing it. It always depends on someone's need. Someone's need might be, like Martin, he was sick. Then he came, he saw the products, and then they probably told him, when you get these products cheaper, when you register, you can get the products what? Cheaper. Why don't you get started? That's how he got started. Then now he's here to see how the business works. Do you see? Then for other people, it might have been that I want to make some additional money. So it all depends. The most important thing is share with somebody and show them how this can help the person according to the need. Let me tell you something. As long as you talk to people, some people will get started. In our business, we use what we call the law of averages. You know what that law means? It means that if you talk to 10 people, you might get 2. Period.
Yeah.
No matter how good you are, this law always applies. By the way, I used to work with a certain company selling heavy-duty equipment like generators. Okay? There was a system we used to use. The system would give you green if your closure rate is 20%. Do you see that? It would give you red if your closure rate was 50% and above. Which means that there is something you're doing that is not proper. Either you are bribing people. Do you understand? So it is not natural that you talk to 10 people and 8 people start. For you, who are you? Do you see that? So what? Talk to 2 people. How many will get 0? So the whole point here is to see more people. That's why every day you need to be working on your name list. Every day you need to be working on your name list. You meet people, you don't keep quiet. You are seated in a taxi going home, you don't keep quiet. You order for that Uber, you don't keep quiet. You go to a restaurant, you don't sit alone. You go to a place where there is somebody and you say, excuse me, can I join you here? And then you sit. And then if you are distributors and you all go to the restaurant and you all sit together, now that is a loss because you are already in the business. You see that? You have to sponsor yourselves. You see that? So that is the whole point. The whole point is Keep on talking to people, because the more you talk to people, a ratio will appear. So if you continue to talk to people, 20 people, how many people will get started? 4. That is the whole point. So let us see more people. As you see more people, you're going to find people getting started in the what? In the business. By the way, sponsoring is not difficult. As long as you do the work, people will come into the business. I am telling you, I sponsored 5 people when I was a distributor. You think I understood the business? Doing this business, for you to sponsor people, you don't need to have a lot of knowledge. You just need to make an effort. Just make an effort. Even if you tell people, there is a business I have just started. Let's go together. Someone will explain it to you and you understand more. That's all. Even the little effort that you make is better than nothing. So don't say, because for me, I'm new, I don't know the things, I cannot talk to anybody. No, you open this catalog and say, look, there are some products which I've started using recently, and they are helping us as a family. For example, these children's products are very good. By the way, how many of us have children? Please. How old are they? Last born? Any child who can chew, please give them beta squares. Why I said that, it is not that they will not get flu, but when it comes, it is like coming and there are no guards that they get. The thieves will just enter. So in the same way, when you give these children these beta squares, there is a way they strengthen the body so that when an infection comes, it will not hit them badly. We have used them on our children, and I can tell you, whenever they get them within less than a day, they are back to normal. But when they don't have them, normally we end up in hospital, cannula. Man, you don't want to go down that route. So if you know someone with a child, just say, look, there are some products which I've started using recently and they are helping us. Why don't you come and you try it? I know a lady who came, and she used to be in the business before. She had been in the business. So when she was invited, the moment she saw it was GNL, she just went back. So they called her back. They said, no, you just come and have a look. So she sits, and then she decided to start using beta squares for her children. Now, this lady was so shy that she could not even talk to somebody. So what she did, she had at night, her neighbor their child was coughing. So she went to office the following day and got a flyer of Vita Squares and sent to the neighbor and said, hello, there is a product that we have been using for our children, and for the times we have been using it, the cold and flu, we have noticed, have reduced. You can try it out. She stopped there. Then the lady asked, how much is it? She said, 92,500. Bring me 2. The lady said, wait a minute. I have never sold anything. You mean it's now this easy? So she went to her contact list and she wrote down all the people she used to meet at the hospital. She just went to the other message, changed the one thing, the name. So now where she had said, good morning, Shiba, she would change and say, good morning, Alice. Good morning, Evelyn. Good morning, Willie. Good morning, Beatrice. Good morning, Sheila. Good morning, all these people. So she sent on a Friday evening and all the messages went out. Then she went off data, went into the weekend. Monday morning, she switched on. People were saying, bring me 4, bring me 2, bring me 3, bring me. The lady, within less than 3 days, she became a senior manager just by sharing the what? Just by sharing information about the product. So it is that easy. As long as you reach out, people will buy and people will listen. People will do it. Okay. Then as you begin to do that, remember what we have been talking about. Some people will get started. Now, if you're going to duplicate yourself, look out for some people who are like you. You know, there are some people who get started and then they say, I don't have time. Do you have a name list? No, not yet. You know, can you come for training? I cannot make it. Now, look for people who are interested, people who are ready to do the business, people who are, people who are zealous, people who have the dream, people who want to know how the business works, people who want to do this business, even if you get like 3 people. Now, if that is 1, 2, and 3, what are you going to do? You are going to duplicate yourself. How do I personally do it? What I do with these people, I just sit down with them and I say, let me have a look at your name list. We make phone calls. Then we begin to meet their people. And even this person. And even this person. Now, if this person does 500 points, they become a what? Senior manager. 500 points, they become a what? Senior manager. 500 points, they become a what? Senior manager. How many points do you now have together with your team? How many points? How many points are these? 2,000. What do you become in our business? Executive manager. Do you see what we are talking about? The power of duplication. And if you can continue to duplicate them even further and they also become executive managers, then you're going to make the what? The 4,000.
That's not exactly what happened with Patrick.
Yes.
We had 3 people, all of them, one did 600, 700, 600.
Wow.
And then he did only 120.
Yes.
And that was 2,000. Last time we got a commission of 523,000 last month.
Wow. First wait, just let us really put the figures properly. So this is Patrick. So Patrick does how many points?
Patrick did 120 points.
120 points.
And then 700.
700.
And then 800. And 760.
Wow. Let's count them. This is 1,500 plus. This is about 2,000 something. So all in all, Patrick becomes an executive what? Manager. Did he do everything alone? Did he do the 2,000 points alone? Now, do you think everyone that is in Patrick's team is like these people? Give me some of the qualities of these people. Let us define them together.
Products.
Let us define them so that you know how to find them. All together? You see, there are some people you don't want to waste your time. Let me ask you a question. If you are looking for diamond, first of all, where do you find diamond? Down there. So down where? Down where? Now, when you're looking for diamond, what do you find on your way to the diamond? What do you dig out? Rocks, water. Now, let us look for the diamond. We are going to first define the diamonds, and then we shall also define the rocks or the stones, not so? And I'm not saying anyone is a stone, but we need to know that not everyone is a diamond. All together. So I want you to give me the qualities of these people who we are calling the diamonds. Give them to me. Define them. Someone say, they do what? What are the qualities of these people here? They use products. They use products. Now, when you bring someone into the business and you ask, are you using the product? And they say no. Then you tell them, we need to start using the products. Then after 1 month, you meet them again and you ask them, are you using the products? And they say no. Where do you put them? Are they diamonds or they are rocks? Next. They share the products. So they share it with who? They share opportunity with who? With their friends. So for them to have the people to share, they must have a what? A goal. Okay, let's put the goal. Or a dream. But again, about sharing, there is something I'm looking for. Therefore, they must have a what? Where they must get people so that they can be able to meet them and share with them the products and the business. They must have a what?
Name list.
Thank you. They must have a what? Name list. They must have a name list. And guess what? It must be a what name list? A growing name list. It's not like saying the names I had last week are the same names that I have this week. You see, again, when I was doing some sales, we used to have a meeting every Thursday. Every Thursday, we had a meeting to update on the current prospects. So you go to the meeting with the prospect list that you had last week. So they listen and they say, but wait, that is the list that you shared when? So between last week and today, who are the new what? Prospects. So in other words, this name list must be growing. It is a growing name list. What other quality must we have for these people? Because I want us to know that when you bring people into the business, you must distinguish. We must distinguish. The way you have the farm and you say the sheep's here, the goats there. So you must be able to know who are the diamonds and who are the rocks. What other qualities can we put? Huh? It is here. Go on. Any other quality?
They attend training.
They attend training. Hmm? Huh? Any other quality? Yes, Peter.
I think that's it.
They are self-driven. Eh? You don't first tell them to do things, they just do them. So they are self-driven.
Set themselves targets.
They set themselves targets, goal-oriented or target. Any other thing I've left out?
They always call for clarification, asking for.
Now, let me call it like this. These are people who disturb you. They are always calling. I have a customer here. There is someone I have. They need this. What should I recommend? Then before you have put down the product, you say, excuse me, how does LDC work? Those are the people. They are always calling. You know, they are always asking questions. There was an answer that came from the back. They are committed. Huh? What is the opposite of commitment? What is the opposite? If someone is not committed, what are they? They are what? Okay. Now, let's go to the other side. So why do these people use products? What do these people do?
Discourage.
They keep saying the products are expensive. They are even in the business. You see, when you are in the business, you don't say because now we are also in the what? The business. But these are the same people who say your products are so expensive. And yet they're already in the what? Now, if you are hanging out with those people so that you can make them do what these people did, you will not succeed. So these people, first of all, they don't use the products. Secondly, these people are not very goal-oriented. They are not so focused on their next step. You tell the person, we have just begun the month of September. Let us work and we become managers. That thing, banana, that thing is very hard. Those are the people. The what? Yeah, they talk about the economy. That's name list. They don't have a name list. And even if you buy for them a name list, there are some distributors to encourage them. I buy for them a name list. Then I say, now you add names in this name list. Do you know the names they put? Just Ainebyoona #1. See, but now, me, I'm already in the business now. Me, you see, they don't have a name list. Even when you give them the name list, they don't want to add names. And yet they are on so many WhatsApp groups. And then you ask yourself, but these are the people we are supposed to be adding in the what? In the name list. They attend training. What do? They don't. These are the people you call. We have an event on Sunday. Are you coming? No, I have visiting day. But the children have just reported. Which visiting day? Then they say, I have a party. I don't have transport. Can I send you party? Okay, then you send and they still don't do what? Self-driven. These ones, you have to push them. If you don't push, no results. Asking questions. They will not. Committed, they give excuses. Excuses. Now, the reason why we need to sponsor many people is because between diamonds and stones, who are the majority? Who are the majority? Say it louder. Who are the majority? Stones. So that's the reason why we need to sponsor more people. Because out of the 18 people that you have sponsored, you might get like 5 of these. Do you remember where we started from? That out of 10 people, you get how many? Now, the 2 you get might actually all be where? Do you see? So you need to sponsor more people so that you don't just get distributors, but you get the what? The diamonds. Like the people in the room here, because we have said we are using the products and we have even counted how many products we are using. We have set targets. Most of us are already senior managers and above. We have a name list. You know, we are here in training. We are self-driven. We ask questions. We are committed. Now, those are the people you want. So if those are the people you want, sponsor more people and then you observe. You see, when I read my book of faith, they say, by their fruits, you will know them. These people, they don't just talk. Then you say, for me, I'm serious. No, you don't. Serious is not spoken. It is seen. When you say come for training and they come, now you put a tick. In fact, whenever you sponsor someone, just get this list and then you begin to tick. Training, are they around? Yes. Good. Products. How many products are you using? I'm using 2, but when I get more money, I'm going to buy garlic this month. Fantastic. So what is your goal for this month? This month, I'm working very hard to become a senior manager. Ah, good. Let me see your name list. Ah, these are the names I've added so far. Are you going to be in training every Wednesday? Oh, yeah. Do you see? Now, this person fits this category. But if you sponsor some people and you are the one pushing them, my God, they will even begin to say, without me, they cannot even grow. That's why they are even dying for me. Do you see? So that's why we need to sponsor people so that we can support them grow. But remember, you must have the right what? The right people. You must have the right people. So that is what our business is all about. That is what our business is all about. So I should begin to close so that we can bring this for a conclusion. So that is what networking is all about. One of the other things I also wanted to share with you is there are people who will always ask you questions. We call them objections. What are some of the questions people ask you about network marketing?
Are you a doctor?
Are you a doctor? What do you say? Chip, are you a doctor? Are you a doctor? You know, some of these questions, if we are not careful, they ask you, are you a doctor? You say, you are either a doctor or... So, are you a doctor? That's a good question. Are you a doctor? Which other questions do people ask you that sometimes you really wonder, how should I answer this one?
Which products work?
This question. Do those products work?
How many jobs do you do?
How many jobs for you to do this? Hey,
Like, they know do this, now you're telling them you're right.
they know?
Like, I'm in training.
Hey.
Now, I'm telling them about it.
So they are wondering, but now where are you? Yes, Shiba, that's a very good question. How many jobs do you do? And I'll come to that shortly. Especially when you do something else. This is something you have to know how to package. Which other questions? Yes, Martin. Why are they very expensive? Why are they very expensive? Which other questions? Now, the people who are asking questions are the people who actually are talking to people, because as long as you're talking to people, they will ask you some questions. Evelyn. Okay, kind of how many jobs, but how do you balance? There is a question which I am waiting for. I will see who will ask it. Yes, my friend. Do they have NBA approval? Is a question which I am waiting for someone to ask. Do you use them yourself?
Do they really work?
Do they work? Do they really work? Do the things really work?
They say, I'm not sick. Yeah, I'm not sick, I'm okay.
Me, I'm not sick.
You don't have time than the usual drugs.
Are they better than the usual drugs?
You don't have time.
I don't have time.
Company registered.
Is that company registered? Yes. Pardon?
Eat well.
I eat well. Do I need these things? Who manufacture?
There is this that, but I know you work with the other company. How do you work with this again?
How do you work with this again? Because you do something else.
They had like friends. They know me, I work with the Norwegian consultants.
Yes.
So when I talk to them about this thing, they always say that, but how do you do balance this?
How do you balance?
How
Yes.
do you do this?
Okay. Thank you. So there is this question that sometimes people ask, is this GNL?
Is it global alliance?
Is it?
Those two, those two, they are inseparable. In fact, oh my God. Is this network marketing? QYT. Now, the moment, first of all, I want you to know that whenever people ask you these questions, many times, You see, let me tell you something. If you come to me to sell something and I want it, but I don't have the money, there are very few people that will be honest enough to say, I don't have the what? The money. So what they will do, they will pull out one of these to look like as if that is the actual reason, yet in actual sense, it is something else. So that's what I want you to know. That's why many times these are all what we call objections. And whenever people are handling objections, the first thing to know is what is the real objection? Because someone might say, but are you a doctor? But that is not the real thing. The real thing is that some people may not actually have money and they don't want to say. Do you understand? So don't be so much fixated about the question. Sense and see what is the thing that this person is actually asking. Now, some of these questions, are you a doctor? What do you think this person is asking? Are you a doctor? What do you think is the best way to handle this? But you people, are you doctors? Then even people say, oh, we have an appointment with a doctor, meaning you. Now we have reached the doctor. But how do you respond to that? So let me first ask, are we doctors?
No. The answer is
No.
no.
The answer is no.
You say yes,
Mhm.
I can say, okay, let me, you prove me that you're a doctor. You must be a registered doctor.
So let's agree that, first of all, the bottom line, thank you, Brian. These products are not meant for sick people. They are meant for healthy people to keep them healthy. For me, that is my number one response to this question. I am not a doctor. For sick people, we recommend that they see a what? A doctor. If someone is sick, if someone has high blood pressure, in addition to our blood pressure program, let them visit the doctor, let the doctor diagnose and give them medication for that problem. But for us, we are on the nutritional angle of feed the person well. So don't be on pressure to say you are a doctor or not. No, you are not a doctor. You don't have to be a doctor to do this business. Are you a doctor? No, I'm not a doctor, but these products are not for sick people. If someone is sick, doctor. And by the way, we shouldn't, much as we shall meet people who are sick, like, you know, Martin was not well, don't go around looking for only sick people. There are so many healthy people like you who just want to stay what? Healthy. So show them. And the best example I give them is when we had COVID. Everyone was using vitamin C and zinc. Is it because we were sick? No. They told us to use them to boost our what? Immunity. So these products are for healthy people to keep them healthy. There is one challenge I have found with people who use these products as medicine. Question, when you are sick and you go to the pharmacy and you get well, do you go back for more? Do you even finish the medicine? Most people don't. In the same way, there are people who, when they use these products and they become okay, guess what? They treat us like a pharmacy. They are now what? So they no longer use the what? That's the challenge with people who are sick, that they look at this as medicine, and when they use it and they are now okay, they are done. So we always drive them away from the point of saying, this is medicine. This is a healthy food. Nutritional supplements is not medication. Use the products in addition to your medication in case you are sick. Okay? Do the products work? When people ask, do the products work? The best answer to that question, the best response to that question is to just tell your story. Say yes. Personally, I used to use vitamin C and zinc. And for a long time, I have not had a challenge with flu and cold. I can say for me, they have worked for me. And even there's so many people that this question, the best way to answer it is to tell a testimony. Do the products work? They want proof. They want assurance. They want to be sure that the products actually do what? Work. Give them a story. Your story. Don't lie. Tell your story. Talk about the products that you're using. Say, yes, I know they work because they have worked for me. For example, we are using this, we are using this, we are using this, we are using this, and this is how I felt ever since I started using them. So this question is a question that asks, do the products actually do what you say they do? If you have a story, tell your story. Or someone else's story, tell other people's stories. Whenever we are in training, learn how to tell other people's stories.
Yes,
How many jobs do you have?
to add on that, when someone asks you, do these products really work? I personally, I always tell them my story, and then the stories of other customers of mine and other teammates. But also on top of that, I tell them, let me show you how they work. I pull out my LDC, also pattern, and do for them a demonstration. When you do that, when you crown up the stories with a demonstration, they will never doubt.
There you go. So demonstrate. How many jobs do you have? Good. Fantastic. But also, now, whenever you do something else, in addition to this business, that can actually help you to promote your business. So tell people, what's the name of your company? Pardon?
Starbucks.
Starbucks. I have a cleaning company called Starbucks. In addition to that, I run a part-time business. It is a part-time business. So how many jobs do you have? It is a part-time business. So I have my business. I work with the Norwegian embassy. And in addition to that, I have my own business, which I do to help people to become more healthy, whatever way you want to project your business. But if you are a student, I am a student. In addition to that, I run my own business part-time. That is a very good way to sell yourself. Whenever people ask you, what do you do? Tell them what you do full-time. And in addition to that, tell them, in addition to that, I have a part-time business where I help people to do ABCD, depending on how you project your business. Okay? So never forget to tell people about what you do, because they can also do it part-time. And that's what we say our business is what? Part-time. You don't have to do it as a job. You can do it part-time. If you are already employed somewhere, continue working there, but do this business part-time. Working with Ministry of Agriculture, in addition to that, I have my own business. That is the best way to do it. Why are these things very expensive? Why are they very expensive? Okay? A very simple way to look at it. And by the way, we need to understand we ourselves. Now, this question, this one here, when you're answering it, you need to know, why are our products made the way they are made? Let me give you an example. Look at a product like omega-3. We can go to Frieka and we find omega-3 of 30,000. The Neolife omega-3 is 118,000. Then someone puts the two together and says, but now, why should I buy omega-3 of 118 when there is omega-3 of 30,000? For you to answer that question, we need to understand that most of these products are out there, but what Neolife does, first and foremost, you see this vitamin C, there is vitamin C which is synthetic. In other words, they make it. It is made. Then there is vitamin C which is extracted from natural food like oranges. The oranges we are supposed to eat, they go to the oranges and they make the vitamin C and they give you. Which one would you rather have? The one which is synthetic or the one which is extracted from the actual fruits you're supposed to be eating? Which one would you rather have? Do you hear that? Because of that, the price cannot be the same. The price cannot be the same. So the vitamin C, which is synthetic, you will even go and buy 18 over 100 tablets at 25,000. But the one which is organic, 75,000. There is a difference. So you need to understand for yourself why the products are made the way they are made. In Neolife, we have a statement that our products are up to a standard, not down to a price. Please repeat that after me. 1, 2, 3, we go. Our products are up to a standard, not down. With the actions. 1, 2, 3, we go. Our products are up to a standard, not down to a price. Say it the third time. Our products are
standards, not down.
Let me tell you, for all our products, there are cheaper alternatives on the market. But Neolife is not going for cheap because the price of putting Super 10 together, Super 10, a product which is organic, no harsh or toxic chemicals, it is effective, it will do everything. You cannot get it at a cheap price. If they are to cheapen the products, they will have to cheapen the quality. Pardon? Exactly. For you to reduce, if you're to reduce the price of the product, be ready to reduce the price of the quality. Be ready to reduce the quality of the what? Of the product. So would you rather have a high quality product or a low quality product? That is the price of quality. And let me tell you something. Why are these products expensive? People don't care about price. If they are convinced that this product will work for them, they will pay you. That has been my observation. I'm telling you, people will pay because they know they are going to get the value from the product. So be confident as you answer some of these. How do you balance? It is part-time. It is a part-time business. How do you balance your work? This is a part-time business. I do this in my spare time. Working hours are for my job. Evenings, weekends, public holidays, lunchtime, that is now my part-time business. Okay? NDA approval. Yes, these products would not be here if they were not approved by the National Drug Authority. By the time we have these supplements here, that's why I say we have an office on Lumumba, on Buganda Road. It is there. So all our products have met the requirements of the National Drug Authority, Ministry of Health, Uganda National Bureau of Standards. All of them meet that approval. Okay? Do you use them? Now this is where you tell your story. Talk about the ones that you are using. Okay? Do they really work? I am not sick, and so on and so forth. So I hope that this helps. Then is it GNL? That question. My God. In fact, for me, sometimes I just preempt it because it's already. Someone asked me, so is this GNL? This is the logo for GNL. So some people even say GNLD went away. No, we just rebranded from GNLD to Neolife. And the reason we did this is so that it can give a better image of the company, because GNLD in full is Golden Neolife Diamond. So we came out with Neolife so that we can show people that we're here to improve and better their lives. So some of these things is just about understanding. Okay? Wow. As we close, I just want to leave you with just 3 things. Number 1. Everything that we have talked about, the number 1 thing I want us to do as we finish, as we do this business, first and foremost, I want you to have this concept that we call believe. Believe. What do I mean by believe? How many of us went to Dar es Salaam? Good. Beatrice, you remember when they called directors? You know how many people went? There were so many. And for me, what that told me is, wait a minute. You see, it is like for you, if you are struggling to become a director, and then you go to Dar es Salaam, and you see 100 people on the stage as directors, what does that tell you? What does that tell you?
It's possible.
It is possible. Do you know back in the day, there was what they used to call, there was a race of a mile. Doctors had said, if you run a mile in under 4 minutes, the body cannot handle running a mile in less than 4 minutes. So if anyone ever did this, the heart would burst. So a man woke up one day and said, let me see if this heart will burst. On your marks, get set. He runs the mile and finishes it in less than how many minutes? 4. He was the first. He was called Roger Bannister. Everyone waited for what was going to happen. Nothing happened. The man recovered and started moving around. Less than 2 weeks, In less than 2 weeks, when people heard that he had done it, other people in other places also began to run the mile in less than how many minutes? What does that tell us? What do you think that tells us? What do you think that tells us? Yes.
Believe in yourself.
Believe in yourself. What do you think that tells us? To discover. What do you think that tells us? Pardon? Try it out. You know, it tells us so many things, especially about belief, that if others have done it, you can also do it. For me, that is the one thing it does. For me, these conventions, always, whenever I go, they increase my belief, because if others have done it, you can also do it. If Justus can become a 2Ruby director, congratulations, Justus. You can also do it. When someone else does something, it should increase your belief. That's why we need to come for training. That's why we need to come for training. You see, you cannot do something if you don't believe. Number one, believe. Believe that you can do it. If you doubt yourself, then you might as well, you know. But if you believe that it is possible, you will put in the action. And of course, when you put in after the belief, it is important to do the what? The action. They say faith without action is what? Faith without action is what? Is dead. It is not there. You can, if you believe, put in the action. And the action we are talking about is to use the product. It is to share your life. It is to duplicate yourself. It is to come for training. Those are the actions that we do. Those are the actions that we do. Let me tell you something. The most important time in our business is the time that you spend doing it. It is the time you spend talking to people, the time you spend in training. That is the action that you're taking. That is the action that you are taking. And then last but not least, when you believe, take the action. Be consistent. Don't just do things once and you stop there. No, be consistent. You did it yesterday, do it today, do it tomorrow. Just be consistent. Consistency compounds. The more you do it, the better you get at it. The more you do, the better you get. The more you do, the better you get. I'm telling you, in our business, if you start, you don't have to be good at presenting. As long as you make an effort, everything that you do, you get better at it. Everything that you do, you get better at it. How many of us can use a computer? Good. You think the way you use it is the way you were at the start? No. How many of us drive? The way you drive today is not the same way you used to drive when you had just started. Do you understand? So the more you do, the better you get. The more you do.